Hi everyone, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Well, kind of a strange thought. I don't really have a theme for this one today. This is more about just thoughts and feelings about life and just kind of living in the moment now. So maybe this is kind of one of those rare moments where, yeah, I've talked to many of you all through my videos about how I do in life and my ideas, but I think this one's going to be a little more just raw and just like how I feel with how today went and how just life is moving forward. So really, it's kind of bizarre. I think life has gone well when I think about where I'm working on my different career paths, different ways of trying to help other people, trying to consider what I can do to make my skills grow. And part of it does feel good when I talk with people about them. But then again, when I talk with some other people, I could tell that they may not be so as optimistic, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should just be quiet. And I'm thinking, oh, I should just relax and just, because they can hear whatever I say and they're like, oh, who is this young person, right, trying to shoot for the moon, right? Kind of shooting for the stars. They're trying to be great. Okay, whatever. And it's like, oh, well, at least I tried. But at least I can tell you all confidently, it was fun to start building up my business, for the insurance last week. That was fun. So I got to go out there, for those of you who don't know, to share some of the ads out there with the city. And so we'll see how that goes. And even with my counseling business as well. And I think part of growth is to kind of go through these moments of uncertainty. And I think how many of us are brave enough to face this uncertainty in the real moment, to talk about it, right? Yeah, it's great to have a planned theme, to talk about something, to have something to draw on, a reference point, and then just move forward. And ideally you want to be there. But I think even when it's authentic in the moment like this, I think that is what makes videos like these so awesome. Because I'm just talking with you in the moment. And so in the moment I feel like things are okay. And it felt good to graduate from a school this year from social work. So I feel like that's going to really branch to other areas. And maybe for all of you, when you consider, if you go the education route, you can consider how one source can expand to those other sources. So with the degree, I can use it to work with other different job ventures and so forth. And that's exciting to me, because I think I can turn my life forward in that direction, in a positive one, just because I haven't given up on myself, and that I can really share. And I can always consider these deep thoughts about, oh, what town do I want to live in? Where do I want to be in the future if I want a family, and all those other questions. Am I missing other pieces to build the foundation, right? And you're having all these big thoughts. And I think part of that is healthy. And I would argue also, for me, it's been great to have those big questions, trying to answer them with something practical. But then at the same time, I like to wonder and trying to have a little optimism still beyond my real life situations, just to say, hey, if I consider that, maybe that'll help me here in the future. If I consider that, maybe that'll help me as well in the future. And it's like, okay, maybe that optimistic thinking can help me. But at the same time, it's also kind of bit me in the butt in other ways too. So it's like, uh-oh, because I'm thinking of solutions that people are just not ready to accept. And so for how many of us can consider trying to think of solutions that people just were not ready to accept, right? That's very real too. And so I think when you're exploring, going into the next stage, next steps of your life, you're wondering about big questions, you're wondering about big thoughts, what you want to do. And I think when you have a moment to reflect like this, it really helps me. It's like this to me is like a journal. It's like a journal when I talk to you all, because for me it's like I'm self-talk and I'm sharing all my thoughts from within, but I'm like validating what I feel. I'm validating what I've been through. I'm validating things that have happened to me. And yeah, I feel pain just like anybody else. I feel anger. I feel jealousy. I feel love, remorse. I feel all those things just like any other person. And I think when we express our thoughts and people can say, okay, at least we're journaling, at least we're doing something about our thoughts and emotions, to put them down, whether or not even on a paper, but even through a video of some kind. And you get to see yourself in the reflection. And in that reflection, I like to think that tomorrow I feel like I'm going to grow to the next step. I would like to grow to the next step, but I know that each day is always going to carry with itself its own setbacks and challenges. And so the only thing I could share also with you on this word of advice, kind of being in the unknown phase of just giving you a video right now, always stay exercising and stay healthy. Always keep your mentality, your mindset sharp, and always keep yourself aware that, okay, there are people trying to sell you items that are fads, that are so fake. But I would argue this though, that if you can get past that and see that there actually was a good business, a good system that you can use to help people in your community, if you can be a good owner and actually use the products what they're meant for whatever business you work with, then I feel that's more authentic and you can recover and redeem the professions or the jobs you're trying to work with. Because I know people say, oh, insurance, that could be so scammy, but at the same time, learning about policies, it's like, oh, there's some good things to that people don't know about. There's ways to save money and generate it. Same thing with counseling on that perspective. People overlook it and say, oh, why do I need to share my thoughts with anybody? Why do you even want to talk with anybody or even to myself about this sort of thing? Because isn't that just going to make me feel angry and more depressed? And the thing is, experiences will somehow lead you to a solution. And I think when you are ready to journey to next adventures and you're ready to undo what other people have done before to mess people up, if you're actually going to do honest work and actually do what you wanted to do in the first place with your degrees, with your professions, I think that gives you some hope. Because I can tell you many people that I know that have had to switch careers, like myself even, when we felt pressure from other sources to not continue with our dreams or our degrees. But maybe the reality was also just telling us, hey, maybe this wasn't our thing to accomplish. And so it's so funny just talking to you all like this, but at the same time it feels great. Because there is no script, there is no planned theme, there is no me trying to win you over with a fancy argument or theme. And I think being a marrying counselor, that's why I wanted to go with that kind of idea in this channel. This idea of just talking to you all heart to heart, talking to you all as a way of being through this channel, providing services, multiplying my skills, because I do come from that Catholic background, and we always believe in multiplying the talents and to let them grow and to multiply, to use for the greater good. That's what I believe in, and I think people can find benefit from their own lives with that kind of perspective, but also to protect what is so precious as well. Because I also understand you may not have everything to do to accomplish other goals, but at least you can protect the gifts that are given to you and at least make sure that they are safe for the next person to use. But not be like that one person in the field who just dug the hole and just dumped his skill or his payment into the dirt, not to put it into the bank, because with him he didn't even use it at all. And so the thing is, if you're going to go into the unknown, I feel like you have to be brave enough to use your skills, and you have to be brave enough to just face adventure with a bit of love and uncertainty. And I think that's the joy of these kind of videos now, as I'm sharing this one with you all. So I don't know, I hope this one finds you well, everybody. Just go into the world with uncertainty, embrace it, embrace your strengths with love, have a heart-to-heart with yourself as well, talk, have self-reflection, and who knows, maybe you're going to find peace. And maybe that's what's happening to me. I'm starting to find peace lately on this channel, and I'm not trying to sell you anything or no more ideas on themes, but just trying to generally talk to people who really want to make a difference and to really share my skills with you. If they do, you know where to find me. You know my links on the channel, and you know that you can always share and subscribe, all those good things. But I don't like to overdo that. I like to keep that subtle. So that's just me. Yeah, but all right, everyone. I hope that you have a good week. 4th of July is coming up in the next weekend, and I hope you all be safe. Take care, everyone. Have a good one.